Welcome to this tactical analysis of the Bayern Munich versus Barcelona game in the UEFA Women's Champions League. We're going to have a look at how Bayern Munich evaded the Barcelona press, touch on their counter-attacking, look at Barcelona's deep build-up, as well as how their shape changed as the game progressed. And with that, let's get into it. So, starting with how Bayern Munich built up deep. Simply put, they took advantage of the fact that if you press and commit players high up the pitch, then there are less defenders in the defensive third. And so we see that here with Vigos looking to play the ball long past the Barcelona press, looking to exploit the space left behind by the fact that Lucy Bronze has pushed up high to press Simone after Gacy, who initially was the centre forward. Now the right winger has moved from pressing Simone into pressing Vigos. And so Clara Bull here is dueling against Paredes, but is able to roll her and force Barcelona to reset into a defensive shape and drag Bayern Munich up the pitch. And so this here with Lucy Bronze racing back to recover her position was something that we saw constantly. Barcelona reset, it allows Bayern Munich to move into this 2-4 deep shape, with Georgia Stanway and Zadrazil as the holding midfielders, and Lohman and McGool as the midfielders playing between the lines. McGool came in off the right wing during deep build-up, and Lohman plugged in the holes, but she was also really good at running into that right wing, given her energy and pace. Barcelona tried to defend in a 4-1-4-1 shape, with Kira Walsh staying as that holding midfielder, and then having a line of your wide midfielders and central midfielders in Bonmati and Guijarro looking to try and put pressure against the four in that 2-4-4 Bayern Munich. So we see a similar routine in the 77th minute, now with Ket leading the line, but again got that long ball punted up the pitch with potential runners in behind, looking to exploit that same space on Barcelona's right hand side where Lucy Bronze would be had she not been pressing higher up the pitch. And on this occasion, Bayern Munich, with the support of runners such as Stanway and Magul, are able to eventually fashion a chance for Lohman and also a free kick. Given how dominant Barcelona are in possession, Bayern Munich were happy to cede possession and focus on being ruthless on the counter-attack. And so I think this is a good example because it shows the 3-2 shape of Barcelona, with Bronze playing as the right side of centre-back and Guijarro and Walsh as the screen in front of the back line, with Bonmati and Caldente playing between the lines, although Caldente moved to more of like a false 9 position after initially Gacy was the one leading the line. Also pointing out that Kronogrovic, I always butcher her name, apologies, has moved from where she initially started, which is the right wing position, to left wing to pull attention away from Rolfo, who was essentially playing left wing, but also it allows Kronogrovic to be able to make an underlapping run as the Bayern Munich players look to stop Barcelona at source. Against this, throughout most of the game, Bayern Munich played in this 4-4-2 shape, although as Barcelona progressed into Bayern München's defensive third, then Lohman would drop typically on this right hand side into more of a right wing position. So we can see Rolfo progressing on that left wing with underlapping runs made by Kronogrovic, as well as also Caldente pulling nearer, trying to help overload that side of the pitch, also accompanied by Bonmati. See also Lucy Bronze tucking inside, getting into more of a potential counter-pressing position. And so the Barcelona players are looking to overload this left-hand side space. Given the amount of players Barcelona committed to that space, you actually end up with quite a big gap developing here between the Bayern Munich centre-backs. Typically, the space created Barcelona was between the full-back and centre-back, but regardless, Barcelona are looking to try and draw that Bayern Munich defence apart. So we see here quite a nice pass actually by Caldente. It goes back, and with that, the Bayern Munich defensive line want to push up the pitch, but that creates more space for those late underlapping runs. And so we see those potential opportunities for Barcelona to slip in players. However, Magul is able to intercept here. We see the beginning of the Bayern Munich counter-attack, with Magul able to get Lohman, who had dropped into that right-hand side space as Barcelona progressed, to escape on this right-hand side, with Schuler running centrally and numerous other players looking to get up in support as well, such as Clara Bull. Walsh was able to stop the first attempted switch, but eventually Bayern Munich are able to try and release Clara Bull here on the left hand side. So Barcelona building up in what is meant to be a 2-4 shape. This is just after a corner, and Paños has thrown it out quickly to prevent Bayern Munich from being able to set up in what would be like a 2-4 shape with the near-sided fullback. So on this occasion, with the ball going towards Bayern München's right hand side, it would be Raul pushing up the pitch to try and support the press on that side with Magoo. Bronze was a little bit more reticent here on the right hand side to push up high. She could during deep build up, but Rolfo was usually quick to push higher up the pitch, providing an out ball. Due to Barcelona playing the ball out early, Zadrazil hadn't been able to get back into her centre midfield position, so that we could have had that 4-4-2 that I mentioned. Here Caldente and Korenogovic have somewhat swapped positions to help Rolfo maintain possession here and help Barcelona to establish a position just inside their own half. Caldente and Bonmati floating between the lines, supported by the high positioning of the fullback, are able to force Bayern Munich to retreat, and so Barcelona are able to set up that 3-2 shape. On this occasion, Bronze actually carries the ball into Gaise, but then she makes her underlapping run. She did this on occasion, trying to work this space, this right hand side half space, typically supported by Bonmati. And with Barcelona becoming more desperate to get some points from this game, they moved to a more attacking 2-1 midfield shape, with the fullbacks being more advanced and Paredes and Mappy splitting either side of Engen or Kira Wald. Barcelona able to regain possession after Gross's attempt to go over the Barcelona press, and immediately Barcelona attacking this left-hand side again with Korenogovic. With Bayern Munich forced to retreat, Korenogovic immediately looks to go narrow again, with Rolfo taking up that left wing position. As mentioned, we've got that 3-1 shape with Engen as your holding midfielder. At this point, Lucy Bronze is still deep here, but she's going to be looking to play a lot higher as the game wears on, and eventually she'll move to right wing with Marta Torrejon taking up her attacking fullback role. On this occasion, Mappy chooses to pass into Bonmati, but on other occasions she chose to whip in these deep crosses, and on the far side Paredes less often, but when she had opportunity would do the same from her side. With Bayern Munich being as tired as they were and the long balls becoming clearances more often than not, Barcelona were able to pepper the Bayern Munich box with these crosses, which were great at pinning back Bayern Munich and actually creating decent half chances. We can't see Lucy Bronze here, but as the game wore on, she was able to make late runs into the box, typically towards this far post kind of area, and was trying to attack some of these crosses. So just as we showed earlier, Barcelona looking to overload this left-hand side caused the Bayern Munich defense to push too far to this side and split, on this occasion creating space for Bonmati. She chooses not to drive into the space and instead cuts across towards that far post. And you can see here Bronze just off picture looking to try and get in at the far post and attack this ball with Celeste. Bayern Munich just about defend this, and then they absolutely launch it, which allows for easy regaining of possession for Barcelona to allow them to build up that pressure again. And with that, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider sharing it on social media if you're subscribing. If there are any games that you want me to have a look at, whether it's in the Men's Champions League, Women's Champions League, Women's Super League, Premier League, etc., please let me know. And with that, I'm out.